Good evening. I'm Erika Ishii, and I brought my co-host, Taliesin Jaffe, and this is Gather Your Ghost! Welcome, everyone. We have an evening full of surprises and spoops for you. We have a terrific band, Windows to Sky, some of our friends. We have a full party of ghoulish seance attendees. And as you can see, yes, please, everybody, take a moment to admire the bust of Taliesin Jaffe.
Hello.
How are you this evening, Taliesin?
I'm feeling well. I'm feeling a little heady. It's quite nice.
Very good, very good. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay focused.
Very good.
It's a little hard.
So this past week was a big one for you.
Yeah, that was daunting. I'm glad it seems like it went well. I haven't really talked to a lot of. I haven't really seen the internet yet because I've been busy.
Oh, the internet was pretty pleased with you. If you don't know what we're talking about, you've been under a rock. But Vox Machina did a one-off led by the incredible Taliesin Jaffe. It was a campaign of Vampire the Masquerade, and it was so wonderful.
It was a bloodbath.
It was. Really what happened was that the team were themselves. They woke up in coffins here in the studio and had to fight their way out against their beloved coworkers and friends.
Oh, we murdered our way through all sorts of terrible things, and there were werewolves and weird things, and it was great.
Yes, definitely go check that out on the VOD if you haven't already. What else happened this week, Taliesin? Wednesday, it was a very Liam O'Brien-y week.
It was a Liam O'Brien week. We talked about Hellboy, which I barely sunk into, but I learned quite a bit, and I'm going to be, as soon as I get my life back, figuratively and literally, this weekend I'm going to delve into a little bit of that. That'll be nice.
This is just a little death joke there for you, everybody. So Liam O'Brien was on the Wednesday Club. He was also on Lore Master talking about anime. I was
cool.
Listening to a master class. Fantastic. Hashtag Stanima, says the chat.
Yeah, that's mine. Everyone has a couple. That was mine, apparently.
You haven't gotten a lot of sleep this
I'm
week.
trying to own Stanima. I'm trying to own it.
Own it.
It's mine.
Be it. It's a thing. It's a hashtag now. Yeah. Let's see what else happened. So on Game Engine, we had a delightful little game Hob. Check that out if you haven't. And a great deal of inappropriateness with South Park Fractured But Whole.
That was super cool.
Very good. Very good. Let's see what else. Minds and Crafts. They made glitter slime.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's right.
I know, Whitney Moore has occasionally told me about how wonderful, like glitter slime can be. She's really amused by it.
Yeah, speaking of wonderful and Whitney Moore,
yes.
She's got a project coming up on Alpha.
I know, I'm so excited.
Very excited about. Very excited about.
Hard time staying corporeal. I'm so excited about it. There we
go. You and I both popped into AXYB.
Yeah, because we were working on this.
We were working on this.
Late night meeting.
We were having a meeting, and I ate. Well, check the VOD.
To
see what weird thing that I ate.
It was that all got strange. That was pretty cool though.
It was good. It was good. So we had quite a full week. And I'm very excited about the show upcoming. Taliesin, why did we decide to do Gather Your Ghost?
Well, it's an entire. I kind of proposed the notion of a Gothtoberfest, and so I'm trying to see if I can either host or connive as many of our shows as possible into having a spookier theme and doing something a little weird and macabre. And also, it's a good excuse for me to drag, especially a lot of my spooky friends, who I don't see nearly enough of because I live here now.
Yes, the running joke of Gather Your Party is that it is the place where we invite all the friends that we want to hang out with but don't have time to because we are doing this show.
Yeah.
So thanks to them for coming by to our party.
Oh yeah, you're gonna meet some wonderful, wonderful people.
Oh
and
yeah.
We're gonna tell some ghost stories, tell some spooky stuff. It'll be some information, some
That's
made up stories, some stories that probably made up, or we might have been a little drunk. Who knows?
Chat very much enjoys Gothtoberfest.
Oh, yes.
Been a lot of really good goth hashtags coming out of this past month. Hashtag I personally like Vox Gothica.
Vox Gothica, I've heard of. I haven't seen it yet, obviously.
Yeah, but then there's other people that like Goth Machina. Which one? Which side are you on, chat? Vox Gothica or Goth? Damn it, Goth Machina.
I think the one you can say is usually the one that they should actually use.
All right.
This is weird looking up at you like this.
Oh yeah. Hi there. Hi. Hello there, Taliesin.
There we are.
Yes. Yes. Good show tonight. Shall we meet our friends?
Let's start meeting our wonderful panel, starting on my well, I suppose on the left side of the screen.
It's on your right, I suppose,
Yes.
but I don't believe that they can see that because due to the nature of the mortis.
Oh, that's right. They can't really appreciate that I can actually like shift my eyes to look at them.
Oh, wow, lots of response. Vox Gothica, like wow, a lot of people. I think Vox Gothica seems to be winning it. Goth Machina sounds way cool, says somebody though. Vox Gothica seems to have it. I'm sure we can have a mod throw a poll into the chat and decide once and for all which is a superior hashtag for next week.
Fine. Yeah, there's going to be one more game, so it should be. Oh God, it should be.
Oh, you're going to be great. You're going to get done all the things that you need to do, and everyone will have a good time, as always.
That's the hope.
Yeah. All right, so let's go meet our panel here. Starting over here, we have a face you know and love, Brian Forrest. Everybody, we're going to go around the room and ask you who you are, what people might know you from, and where they can find you on the internets.
Well, good evening. My name is Brian Forrest. You might know me from shows here, or also Video Game High School, or possibly other shows in which I'm either on fire or fighting with swords, or from the Ultraman series if you've been able to get to Europe or Japan and get a hold of the English tracks of their new movies. I am all through those as well. And you can find me on the interwebs as Sir Brian Forrest.
I want to add something to that before we keep moving on. Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in energy. Because energy has to go somewhere, scientifically or otherwise. So who knows what it could go into or who it could go into.
I was going to limit it to yes, no, or it's complicated.
Well,
but that did very well. That did very well. There's a lag time between me and the statue. Moving right along.
And moving along.
Hello, my name is Marcy Edwards. I am a voice actress and a visual artist. You can find me on the interwebs at Marcy the Beast on Twitter or The Creative Challenge on Instagram.
Hello, I am KG Tang. I am a voice actor. For the gamers out there, you can hear me as Munahisa Iwai in Persona 5 and Owain from the Fire Emblem series. And you can find me on the Twitters at KG Tang.
Fantastic. Let's go to the other side of the room. Yes, please, Amanda.
Hey, I'm Amanda C. Miller. I'm a voice actress and writer. You might have heard me in Sailor Moon Crystal as Sailor Jupiter. I'm also the voice of Boruto Uzumaki in the Naruto franchise. I've done other stuff, but you can Google that. And then I'm also the creator of a ghostly web series called Ghosts and Stuff Inc., which you can find on YouTube at youtube.com/Ghosts and Stuff Inc. And I guess Twitter, whatever. You can find me on Twitter at Amanda_Celine, as in Celine Dion, but that's not who I'm named after.
So I'm gonna say you believe in ghosts.
I know. Yeah.
So I'm always like, no, I don't believe in ghosts. But then whenever my roommate's not there, the first sound, I'm like, oh Jesus, oh, it's on it. So yes, I probably believe in ghosts.
Hello. This is a new face for some of you, but you should.
And I have music.
Yeah. You got the great music.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, I'm so excited for you to be joining us, Jeremy.
I'm very excited to be here. My name is Jeremy Walker. That is Jeremy Walker. I can also be found on the interweb at JWalkerScene. I'm an on-camera actor. You can see me in lots of commercials, most recent Fruit of the Loom. Also a movie called The Identical and Airplane vs. Volcano, which is just awesome.
No spoilers.
I was about
Can't
to
say
say
that.
Who wins?
Do we have to do that again, or is the chat feeling like they want to hear that again?
Oh,
wanna
no,
hear
I think chat. You can probably hear
Because
everybody.
we have sound people now, so we can actually make things happen.
Right.
Oh,
To
wow.
hear what?
Whether or not the band was overpowering.
No, I think they're fine because they're not. They're
not.
just off mic.
Perfect.
I need to
believe.
talk to a soundtrack anyway.
Right, that's right.
Like,
You need a little.
need that little
some
boost.
backup.
Soundtrack.
But
That's right.
I'm,
Yeah, yeah.
Sound.
It's
I'm
just
very
players.
excited because
Yes.
many people in our community are going to see you in something coming up.
Yes, you will.
Well-
You will see me in something coming up. I'm very new to this community, and I'm very grateful to be here. So thank you, Erica. And thank you, Geek and Sundry, because you will see me in Sagas of Sundry, premiering October 26th with the
very
lovely
soon.
Erica
that's next
Ishii.
week.
Season
Yes,
2.
oh, season 2,
Madness.
Sagas of Sundry. Madness.
Madness.
Watch
And then
it.
we'll explain all of our inside jokes to you afterwards.
Yes.
Really, will we?
My character's name's Jude Marley. He's a rock star.
He thinks he is.
That's true.
Sounds like you played him well.
I am so excited for this show. I can't even.
I am very
I
excited.
know.
Yeah.
Taliesin has been helping me cope with the withdrawal. I
It's a
suppose.
come down, man. It's
It is.
nuts.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't sleep for a week.
No,
It's
it's
so
so
unreal.
much.
I heard voices in the walls
Yeah.
and like the last night there was a giant Jenga at the party and I flinched visibly when I heard it go down on the other side of the room.
No, I
Yeah.
saw you afterwards, and you were like, "Let me tell you about this thing that I
Oh,
can't
it's
tell
true.
you about."
Lauren was very kind to let me rant to her.
Yeah, that was the most non-descriptive rant I've ever because you couldn't say anything about it, but you're
I
like,
can say nothing.
"Here's the emotion that happened at things that I'm not talking about it." Yeah, it was
Things.
It was amusing.
Charlie, please.
Hey, Boo.
Hi, Charlie.
So, I'm Charlie Feldman. You may know me from the not dearly departed, only dearly resting Screen Junkies news. It will be back. I might not be back with it, but it will be back. You will know me from, or you can find me Charlie_Feldman. Also at Chickbait Reel. We are doing a Gem and the Holograms fan film that is coming out hopefully this year.
I may have
We're doing
kickstarted that.
edits.
Not saying.
Well, what?
I may have contributed to that Kickstarter. Maybe could have happened.
He did.
Quickly, are people able to see? I don't think chat can see people.
Oh, closer
Yeah,
to your faces.
Closer to your faces.
There.
So
It's
closer to your
horrible.
faces.
It's only gonna
Closer to
matter
your
for a second
faces
more.
so that-
Light away.
Yeah. So
Don't worry
people
about
can
my
see
eyes.
your faces more. Great.
I want to see the nose hairs.
Yes. All right. So Charlie, yes.
Yeah.
And-
Chickbait, yes.
Chickbait. You can see actually Erica and I as Alexa and Dot
In a
battling
rap battle,
Siri.
it was you were fantastic.
You're
It was really
amazing. But go watch us rap right now, Chickbait.
Yes, yes.
Chickbait Real.
And
Maybe not
Lauren.
now, but
Oh no, not now. Oh God.
We'll
Eject
pull it
receipt.
open another
second
tab.
screen experience.
Lauren,
Yes. Hi.
please.
Yes. My name is Lauren Stewart. I'm not an actor.
You play
Tell
with
them
on
about
TV.
when you actually she made the dice trays for half of the cast of Vast.
Yeah, that was
Funnily
really
enough.
exciting. It was kind of fun to see that happen. Yeah, I'm a leather worker. I own Merchant Green Leatherworks. It's just where you can find me on Twitter. We're at Merchant Green. On Instagram, we are at Merchant Green Leatherworks. If you guys are coming to Stan Lee's Los Angeles Comic Con, is just what they call it now. There's a bunch of C's in there. We'll have a booth there. It's our first con, so come stop by, say hi, pet me if I'm crying, because it's like the first day I've had off. in a
But
while.
Lauren is a fantastic storyteller, and you have all been invited here because you are fantastic storytellers and or have deep, rich, resonant voices. So I look forward to hearing stories from all of you this evening.
Yeah.
But I think we're about ready to go to our band,
I
perhaps.
think it's about time for me to also resume my.
Please
metaphor.
return to your corporeal form, Taliesin. It's too pretty to let go to the other realm.
Oh, there's the screensaver.
Excellent. I think we're ready to go over.
Yeah, I think it's about time to head.
All
over.
right. Now, please give a warm Geek and Sundry welcome to Windows to Sky.
Hi. I'm Joseph. This is Justine. This is Bennett. Back here is Rachel, and over there is Ryan. and this is the best. Oh, we're Windows to Sky, like it says on the things. And this is the best song about ghosts ever.
A two, a 1, 2, 3.
When the cryptors creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swing and wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grin-grinning ghosts come out to socialize. Now don't close your eyes, don't try to hide, or a silly spook may sit by your side. Shrouded in a daft disguise, they pretend to terrorize. Grin-grinning ghosts come out to socialize. As the moon climbs high the dead oak tree, spooks arrive for the midnight spree. Creepy creeps with eerie eyes and harmonize. Grin-grinning ghosts come out to socialize. When you hear the knell of the requiem bell, weird was green where spirits dwell. Restless bones etherealize, rise as spooks of every size. Grin-grinning ghosts come out to socialize. Don't close your eyes and don't try to hide, or a silly spook may sit by your side. Shrouded in a daft disguise, they pretend to terrorize. Grin-grinning ghosts come out to socialize. As the moon climbs higher the dead oak tree, spooks arrive for the midnight spree. Creepy creeps with eerie eyes and harmonize. Harmonize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize. to join our jamboree, there's a simple rule that's compulsory. Mortals pay a token fee. Rest in peace, the haunting's free. So hurry back, we would like your company.
And some of the members are dear friends of ours.
We'll be talking to them
later.
We'll be
talking to them later. There's plenty to talk about.
They've been a big part of Halloween and life, and that song has been a big part, especially if you're
and
from
my
California.
Labyrinth experience.
And your they're beyond Labyrinth of Jareth as well.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm no longer a statue.
Yes, we brought him back. We're back from the dead. Just a shot of caffeine was all it took.
Just a little bit of coffee. Just poured it on.
Just poured it on the bust.
So that's a cool thing I've been doing for a while. I haven't done that in a while.
What,
But
necromancy?
I know.
Just a little hobby.
just a little.
Thank you, chat. You can't see it, but chat is
Lightering.
extolling your praises over
So
here.
many lighters. Yeah.
Oh, no, seriously, such a haunting sound. We thought it was the perfect band to bring for this.
Thank you.
one.
I know we were.
I
real
feel like
stressed.
we need to just ask them to come back next week for Halloween too.
They were looking stressed, but maybe we'll ask. But that might we got to figure out what stage we're on next week too. There's a whole thing. It's gonna be crazy.
Right. That's right.
We
The
know
set is
nothing.
dead. Long live the set.
Logistics.
I got some plans for this evening.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, I'm looking forward to taking pictures of those plans.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that came out weird.
Not to me, it didn't.
If you guys want to do that kind of projector setup, by the way, and I've done it at my house, it's super easy. All you need really is a a wig dummy, like the heads that wigs come on that are like little foam blanks. We have fancy ones, but
That's right. I actually have a bust of my head as well, so
Yeah.
I got and a projector, so I'm gonna try this at home.
and it's just projector connected to your laptop. And I was having trouble just because I had too much room. But if you have like somewhere comfortable where you can sit in the laptop camera, and then just like an LED lighting up your face, and as much like you can gray out as much. I didn't do as much as I normally do, where I'll like put white powder in here and just like kind of look like stone, and then just project it really nicely on there. And if you've got a little thing, you can even see people walking up and interact with them and be all. It's a cool way to do things on Halloween.
It's really
That's
great. You know
Very
all the
nice.
Halloween tricks.
I love them so
Traumatize
much.
some children.
But let's see. So yeah, there's other. Possibly we might get into other Halloween
There's some
tricks
stuff.
tonight.
Yeah, there might be some stuff.
That's right.
There-
But
more
we also
fun with
wanted to talk
projectors.
about ghosts and goblins and sort of the tradition of seances and ghosty
Seances
things.
and ghost stories. And
Seances and ghost stories.
yeah, like ghost stories are as old as storytelling, just because it's nice. And you know, we are modern people, and whether or not we believe in these things, they're still fun to
Do you
tell.
believe in ghosts? Yes, no, it's complicated. Yes, no, it's complicated.
It's complicated. I definitely believe the world is more complicated than we think. There's a really cool theory, and I don't know if a couple of you have heard this before, that there was a big uptick in ghost stories in the 19th century in Europe. There was a big boom. And one of the theories on why this was is because it was also the introduction of indoor gaslighting. Not the fun kind, not the bad kind. Although you'll see.
Indoors, outdoors, gaslighting is always fun.
Although
That wasn't when it was invented.
weirdly enough, if you think about that, they were wiring up all these houses they were pumping gas into all these houses, and there were micro leaks in these pipes, and the houses especially, they were just there was a lot of people getting like a little loopy on.
And it was before they would put other gases in it, because now when you smell the gas,
smell
that's
fire.
not, that's
And you're like,
not,
oh, something's wrong.
yeah, that's not the actual gas that's lighting a fire. That's so you know, oh, there's a gas leak. So back then, they didn't even know.
So,
They didn't even know.
you know, you're in a house for 15 years with a slow gas leak, and even the kids are getting a little weird, and they start hearing things and getting paranoid. And I mean, like paranoia, like low-level gas exposure leads to like.
And clothing dye too.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Clothing dye.
And if you're mad as a hatter.
The Mad Hatter.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
wore poison on your head all day.
What
so-
was it specifically? I'm trying to remember.
Was it mercury?
It's mercury.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it keeps sweating into your
Yeah.
forehead until you.
It's gone.
It's your brain's right there. So.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's where I keep mine. Yeah, and I love a good ghost story. I mean, like I brought a few.
Me too. I think, and one thing that we mentioned was scary stories to tell in the dark. I don't know how many of you all. Yes!
I'm cheating with my story later.
It's the treasury. I remember there was like a 1, 2, and 3.
This is all 3. Yeah.
Ah, fantastic. And I heard that Guillermo del Toro was attached to
Are they making?
direct some of those.
What?
Something like that. I mean,
2 pages. That's going to be an interesting. But an anthology, I would.
just there are some that I really remember.
If it's
so
not going to look
well.
exactly like the images, though, like, why are you doing it?
That's true. Somebody asked, is this a live stream? It is indeed live.
Is this
we
a
can
live
see
stream?
You.
Yes. Or is it in
Are we on the
dead
internet?
stream?
I believe.
We're an undead stream.
An undead stream.
Yeah, this is what happens when Critical Role leaves for a while. Is I get to hijack the shit.
You can make it in your own image.
Everybody was saying that. I give Taliesin an inch,
Give him an inch. He thinks he's a ruler.
and suddenly he kills everybody in the administration.
It's so much fun. And I'm like, this is great. We actually have a thing in I don't know if any of us have worked with Misty before and done the seance.
Yes.
We have
Misty Lee is the best.
A friend of ours actually runs a seance at the Magic Castle, which
Right.
is a
Brian just recently
My look is inspired by her with all the ruffles. In fact, I texted her. I was like, "I'm doing Gather Ghosts with Taliesin and Erica," and she goes, "Want to borrow my dress?" And I was like, "Yes!" And she was just like, "Just kidding." I was like, "Why would you do that to me?" It's amazing.
You would look great in that dress.
It's
so
It's
slimming.
gonna be very short though
I
on
know.
me. She's not nearly my height, but yeah.
It was, and like I'm a big fan of all the faking, the funny ways you could fake. I've always wanted to live in a. Marcy and I have talked about this because we're goth buds from way back.
Yeah, hi.
I met you in Helsing cosplay. It was so nice.
I know.
Wow.
Yes, big fan.
It was a fun.
Yeah.
Like figuring out ways to like electronically haunt your house so that like at night if you have people staying over, like the books rattle.
Yes.
And then your house is just all creepy. So.
I think that was the first time we ever hung out. Is that we had a Cthulhu. We tried to battle the forces of the Elder Gods in my house.
In your basement.
In my basement, and it was still when Blender first moved in. It was under heavy renovation, so they embraced that thoroughly.
Oh, that's
and it was terrifying.
The weirdest part of that
Yeah.
story is that you have a basement in California.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. It's not even technically a basement because you
It's a
come in
three-quarter.
the stories, and then you go downstairs, but you can still get out because I live on a hillside, which is they tell you never to do.
You are going to slide into the road.
Yeah.
Undercover Goth says Halloween.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
That's worth a point or two.
It's been great because I've sort of been leaning into sort of the gothy punky thing, and so all of this has been very, very good for me. You've been such a good influence, Taliesin.
Thank you. I'm here to help. And I know that you've got your web series, which I'm a big fan of too. So.
That's right.
I was just watching the episode where KG runs the ghost over. And
Never stop for the ghost in the middle of the road.
No.
Always run them
And
over.
that's actually based on a true story with my little sister. Well, it's not as exciting as
shall we get started?
First story of the
Yeah. That's not the one you were going to tell.
I know it's not the one you were going to
This
tell,
isn't
but
actually
it's a
ghost
story.
It's like a hypothetical story.
It's a little sister
I was
story.
driving with my little sister, and she's like my character in the show. I play Jade, and KG plays Anton. And she's based off of my little sister, so she's just the coolest mofo in the world. Anyway, she was driving. They live in Virginia, so I was visiting them, and it was like there's no lights, and it was like the hillside, and there was like this fog that kept rolling in, and she was like that.
Ryan!
That was awesome.
Did you put
More of
yourself
that,
over
please.
top?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to warn, I'd swing elbows. So if
Yeah.
they were just like,
It could be violent
So
tonight.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah, we'll get it all
Lauren
right.
clocked a guy with a Nerf gun, and he had to glue his face shut.
no. Let's
Wait,
contextualize
hold
this.
on.
Yeah,
Let's
there was a Nerf
contextualize
war. He
this.
snuck up on her, and she whacked him. She's like, "Don't do that." He did it again.
The second time I took blood, and he didn't do it a third.
No, he
Snaps.
glued his face shut. He had to glue his
Darwinism,
face
I
back
like
together.
Yeah. Like the first time I felt bad because I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. The second time I was like, fucking deserved it.
You gotta be careful with those Nerf wars, man. They get brutal.
You're telling
Ours
me.
have body counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our friend unzipped the side of her arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got
Anyway.
missed.
I'm
No,
sorry,
no,
please.
again,
Yeah, no, we're there.
It's so. This is gonna sound so anticlimactic.
I'm into
Basically,
it.
The opening scene of Ghost and stuff was based on this conversation I had with my sister, where like the fog started rolling in, and we were like that.
Like that.
And it was a 45-minute
Remember the rule
drive
too?
out into the middle of like nowhere because she had to dog sit for somebody who lived in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so like on the way there, it was getting really creepy, and like the radio kept cutting in and out, and I was like, Brianna, what would you do? Exactly. I was like, what would you do if like some like chick with like a nightgown, like in the rain, just like walked out in the middle of the road? She's like, I'd run that bitch over.
White man, don't do it.
No, lady in white, man.
Especially after Labor
Don't
Day.
do it.
I'm there. I'm there.
Did no one see Stephen King's Gerald's Game? She could have been like needing your help.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What if it's just a woman, like a
Yeah,
a
is this
real
season
life
1
woman who just
Supernatural or season 6? Because like, we need to know.
I feel like if I were wearing like a white nightgown walking in the middle of the woods, I feel like I'd be like, okay, this is gonna happen. I brought my tiny vampire mouse.
Yes.
Necromance, where all good things in Los Angeles come from.
Yay. That's right.
I
we
know.
have bones in
Nancy's
our
Nancy's my girl.
Oh yeah.
I love Nancy. Yeah, I used to have like a registry there. It was bad.
You really had a registry?
My parents were like, would just come in and was like, we're like Talison's parents. What are we supposed to buy? She's like, I've got a list. Hold on. She's
Well
great.
done.
Amazing.
I love that woman. We have a store in LA where people can buy dead things, and they used to sell coffins and stuff like that, but not so much
Yeah,
these
not
days.
so much.
They downsized.
Yeah, they did. They kind of shrunk a bit.
Yeah.
So now they're selling shrunken heads.
Coffins are such a space taker. I used
They
to work
are.
for a place that rented coffins and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lauren used to make body parts.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body
Make
parts
body
and
parts?
organs.
I specialized in small
Anybody
organs and
Given 9
tongues
months
and
to make
eyes.
body parts.
Yeah,
Very
it's
nice.
not.
But we had about 8 coffins that the business would rent out, and they're just a pain.
Yeah.
Because they're not really meant to be moved. They're meant to be viewed once and then put in the ground and not.
And they're not
really-
comfy.
No.
They're really not.
No, they're really not. They're just.
Could you imagine somebody leaving a
Coffins.
bad Yelp review for coffin?
Was
1 out of
bumpier
5
than I
would,
thought.
Would not recommend.
trying to really
Would
quickly.
not use again.
Does anybody have a good idea for the name? What would an IKEA coffin? What would it be called?
Oh my gosh.
There'd be a lot of umlauts.
I'm trying
Yes.
to
Be
like,
like,
for
a
sure.
dead sploot or something.
like,
Yeah.
like
Dead
Dead
Sploot.
Newton.
That might be the way.
That's
Dead
Coffin?
Sploot. No, that sounds very German.
Well, yeah, it's like it would be like
Undergrounden?
underground.
Underground.
That'd be the brand of coffin.
I love.
No, it would be Billy or something like that.
What did Billy do?
It
to
would be
deserve
Kyle
that?
the coffin. You're like, what?
Cool.
Yeah, but it would be
I don't want to be
spelled
buried in Kyle.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And what do you do with the extra? I guess you bury the extra parts too.
Yeah.
when you're done.
Well, you don't never need them, do
Just
you?
came with like three little
Look,
sprocket
the-
rounds.
It'd be such a pain in the
one of
ass
the
to put
things-
together, though.
Yeah.
Some directions
Oh,
they
yeah.
have.
You're
nothing.
like,
This
wait a
part you
sec.
have to do once the body's already in. And
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, I
Oh,
gotta
what's
take
the
it out.
one?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you're
So
doing
they,
it
like-
yourself, and you're doing it yourself,
Yeah.
so you got to be in it, and you
And,
do
like,
the fun
finally-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's gonna be so
Morning.
surprised when they learn that only one side is lined. Like only the side that opened is lined. The feet is just like it's just box. Like
That's just box.
Why would, yeah, why would
you're not gonna waste the fabric.
But if you
like,
need to
it's
break
gonna be
out, it's
fine.
just particle boards. You're just like,
Yeah.
done.
Uma Thurman your way out.
Yes.
There is
I
an
always-
add-on
well,
with a bell.
Back in the Victorian ages, you know, people were terrified of being buried alive by accident.
Because it happened.
It
Because
happened.
it happened a lot because they had different
why you
illnesses
had-
and they couldn't test for
They
them.
didn't know what
and
comas
They'd
were,
wake up and they
basically.
didn't know what comas were, so people would wake up and they'd be 6 feet under, and so what they did was they would tie a string to their finger and then run the string up through a little chute. Up through the ground, and it would be tied to a little bell with a clapper. And so if you woke up and you found yourself in a coffin, you'd just ring, and then somebody
Pull
would come
gently.
and unbury you.
Like Jeeves.
Yes.
You could be ringing for like
a while.
You could be
Yeah,
ringing
yeah.
for
You
a
could be
while.
ringing. I mean, like people spent more time in graveyards back then, from what I understand. But still,
I mean, but either way, it could feel like an eternity.
I mean,
No,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
So why did it only become an issue in the Victorian age? 'Cause I imagine people have been buried alive for all of time.
Oh, it was.
then.
It was.
Did
That
they
was when
finally
they.
realize it?
That was when they
having
started figuring out
awareness
ways around it, and
campaigns.
people kind of freaked out. Well, I mean, like mostly people, it was one of the reasons people thought like vampires and such
No,
existed.
it's
Because
not.
you'd open up and you would. Was it a?
I'm 99.
No, bring it. You're in.
But I'm pretty sure it was a flood. There was a flood in, I want to say, I don't know if it was New Orleans or something.
No,
like
it
that,
was
but
the
a
New
bunch
Orleans. It was one where they all popped up.
They all
Yeah,
popped
that's
up,
why
and some of the
above
coffins
ground
had scratch
mausoleums.
marks.
That's
No.
right.
That's
Yes.
right.
So New Orleans, by the way, and I'm a big fan of New Orleans. And if you're a friend, there's some great ghosts. I've actually, this is one of my collections of New Orleans ghost stories. They and if I've got a friend who actually does the ghost tours there. He's really good.
So good.
If he's ever there. So yeah, but he's kind of doing other stuff now. But yeah.
You also body stack a lot of times. You had the family crypt.
Well, yeah.
So
There's
when you
viewings too, like
there's viewings and stuff like that, but there would be basically like, okay, my mother has passed away, we have buried her. Oh, my father has passed away, let's use the same thing. And apparently that also happened. They would pull up and be like, Mom wasn't shaped like that when she went in.
Yeah, they got all.
That sort of thing. So.
But yeah, in New Orleans, they learned that you do not bury people in swamps.
No.
Because, yeah, you just don't
why
bury
black
people in
bodies are a
swamps
thing.
because they just all those coffins popped right back up the first time they had a flood, and they're like, oh, that's why they have the necropolises is what they call them.
Some people are saying that is the origin of the term graveyard shift. The people who would patrol listening for the bells. And then,
Thank you, chat.
And then says, somebody says, a shit outer says origin of the term dead ringer.
Oh, well.
Very nice.
Chat.
I love
call
our chat.
BS on that.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good.
Because a ringer
Feels
is someone who looks like. That's not what dead ringer means.
Yeah, but it might.
Somebody who looks like their dad.
No,
No,
dead
a
ringer is somebody who
someone
looks exactly like it.
them.
Yeah.
I'll take a
Like,
look at that. Though.
I mean,
I don't
fine.
know.
But I'm just gonna put a little hashtag, like a little
Google that.
asterisk
We'll
there.
Google that.
Put a asterisk
Do
there
not
of
have her
like,
convinced.
I've seen
that sounds
things
good,
things
but
hop occasionally,
I'm
but yeah,
a Newton.
I'll check
Could
that
you
one.
imagine having that job? That's the cushiest job in the world.
I used to do it
I'm
for
gonna
free.
work on my
Though.
novel. I'm gonna listen
Yeah.
to my well, you didn't have
But then you
iPods,
could
but
possibly
you're
have to dig up a body
I'm gonna
that
listen
night.
to
Like,
that.
that kind of sucks, you know.
If you don't get to it
Like-
fast enough, like this
like-
guy's done.
That's
Yeah,
One,
like-
9 out of 10 nights are real
Right,
quiet.
right.
Real good.
If it gets a
But
little
that one
windy-
guy's gonna
but
be
what
like,
if it
oh,
gets
why
super
me?
windy?
You know, it's just-
Like, was the bell protected? Because if it got super windy, that's a fucking creepy.
If I've learned anything about a lot of the people who run those cemeteries, I'm pretty sure they were just like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be.
I'm the only
If
one.
their sense of humor is anything like working in a place that makes dead bodies, it's
Yeah, no, it's
Wait, makes it like prosthetic dead bodies or
yeah,
like
fake
serial
dead bodies.
killer
You don't make
bodies?
bodies. You
She-
make
she-
dead bodies,
she
not
creeped.
make bodies dead.
She's not a mercenary, as far as I know.
Takes living
making
people
dead
and
bodies
transforms
is
them.
somehow the only thing easier than making live ones, in my opinion. So that's, to be fair, that's
not a lot less.
a lot less
Yeah.
time, a lot less commitment.
Yeah.
One of those requires a lot more lime.
That's true. But I have a good stock, so it's usually okay.
Are we talking about dissolving bodies?
Lie or lime?
Lie.
A lie. It's like,
Okay.
why?
Where is this
Lie.
story
Whatever you're
going?
into, man.
I've seen you spitting blood before. lady.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would say we got off topic, but except we didn't.
We didn't.
This is the topic.
This is great.
We're dead on, if you will.
Corny joke count, where are we at?
But yeah, we'd asked everybody to bring a scary story, whether it's one that you were ready to recite or to read. And I was wondering who might want to go.
No, and
first.
we've got a nice. We're going everywhere from the 19th century to like even like you talked about the modern. You actually are the one who turned me on to
Creepypasta.
Creepypastas.
I didn't know what they were before you showed them to me.
No, you
Oh,
didn't
they're
know?
so good.
I am.
I love
That is the core of the
creepypasta.
internet.
I am internet
Start
old.
and tell us, explain first of all what creepypasta is.
What is a creepypasta?
Creepypasta is like the newest day and age version of a ghost
Saved
story.
by the Bell. True. Sorry. Thank you. I just saw that. Wow.
So, a creepypasta, they first started out as anonymous stories all over the internet, and they would and the why they're called creepypasta is people would copy and paste them without knowing who the owner of the story was, so it became kind of like an urban legend all across the internet. So there's quite a few of them. Some are really short, some of them are extremely long, and if you've read any of the long ones, you know that it is worth The Reap.
I've read a couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are some, just before you start, what are some famous ones or some ones people should look up?
The Russian Experiment.
Russian sleep experiment.
The
right?
Russian sleep
Right.
experiment.
That's,
Read that one
That's a brutal one.
during the night, no lights on.
Yeah.
Except
By
for
the
light to
glow-
read by.
No, well, that's green.
By the glow of a laptop.
Like the short
Slenderman
ones,
had its
though.
origins?
Slenderman, I think,
Slenderman.
Slenderman came from a creepypasta.
Yeah.
And then there is also something
Cove?
Yes.
Pirate Cove.
Pirate Cove.
Channel Zero. They
I just started
have
watching
that.
No End House. I'm really digging No End House.
I'm excited for that. Is it based on House of Blue Leaves at all, or like?
I don't know House of no.
Oh, it's a novel, and it's all.
Oh no,
about
this
a house
is
that
it's
has
another.
no end.
This is like a ghost house that you go through all these doors and no one ever like people. You always can exit, but if you make it all the way to the 6th room,
Yeah.
you never come out.
I really
and
want just in the middle
it's
of the
really
show,
messed
like,
up.
Scooby-Doo to come out, like that
This-
hallway scene with everyone.
No End House has been fucking my shit up. It's really
Yeah.
good. Like it's scary.
Well, would you like to share one of those?
Yeah.
Safe for starting though.
It's time.
Was that the signal to start the s'mores?
Yeah,
I think so.
We can't bring fire into the
Yeah,
studio.
whoever made a studio
so-
We've
fire
tried.
bad here. So
Smoke good,
Erica
fire
wanted
bad.
to microwave these.
That's a legitimate way to
No, that is. Hold it
explore.
close enough to the light. It'll be
So
fine.
you've got bake candles if you care to, but otherwise have
I will eat
have
these.
some s'mores.
It's a sashimi s'more.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
This is amazing.
All right, then I'm going to
Very
set
nice.
this up real quick.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you have
And,
to wait because you have to read.
Yeah, but I
you
can't
don't get to
eat.
eat that till
But
when
she's
you're
setting
done.
it
I'm
up
setting
so
it up.
that- That way
It
It looks nice.
So,
Yeah.
in case microwaving still happens,
And I ate mine before we even started because I couldn't wait.
spoken like a true person who
Who's on the
loves.
other
As
side
you
of the
read this,
table
you're just
from
gonna be
us?
like crunch, crunch, crunch.
I'll just arm you in the face. Like,
Me in the face.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Army who start throwing up.
all right.
All right,
So
here we go.
Very square.
this one is called Masterpiece. I've been lying down for hours now. It's 5:35 a.m. and there's not much I can do. You know what the worst part about my situation is? I'm in the same room with my parents. They keep looking at me, and I can't help but look back and trying to not cry or scream. Their eyes are focused on me and their mouths are wide open. There's a strong scent of blood, and I'm paralyzed with fear. Here's the thing. The second that I make any hint that I'm not asleep anymore, I'm completely fucked. I will die, and there's nobody around to save me. I've been trying to think of a way out, but the only idea I have is to rush for my bedroom door, run outside the front door, and scream for help, hoping any neighbors hear me. It's risky, but if I stay here, I'll surely die. He's waiting for me to wake up, and to see his masterpiece. You're probably wondering what's going on. I do get ahead of myself sometimes. About 3 hours ago, I heard a scream from the outside of the house. I got up and went to check on the noise and realized that I had to use the restroom. Instead of doing the smart thing and investigating, I used the bathroom first. I could have gotten myself killed right then for the stupid actions that I did. But I actually did my business and took a peek outside the bedroom. There was blood on the carpet. I got very worried and ran back into my room and hid under the sheets like the pussy I was. I tried to convince myself to go back to sleep, that it was just some really vivid dream or something. I heard my bedroom door open. Like a terrified child, I peeked under the blankets to see what was going on. I could see something dragging my dead parents into the room. Whatever it wasn't human. I can tell you that. It was hairless, with no eyes and no clothing. It walked like a caveman, with its back slouched, and it dragged my parents. But this thing was much smarter than any caveman. It was aware of what I was doing. It propped my dad up on the edge of my bed and made him face me. Then it sat my mother down in the chair and positioned her towards me as well. After that, it started rubbing its hands on the walls, staining them with blood. And then a circle with a pentagram in it. To finish it off, it scribbled a message on the wall that I couldn't read in the darkness. It then positioned itself under my bed, waiting to strike. The scariest thing is now, my eyes have adjusted to the darkness since then, and I can read the message on the wall. I don't want to look at it because it's terrifying to think about it, but I feel the need to look before I'm killed. I peek at the creature's masterpiece, and it says, I know you're awake.
Creepypasta.
Creepypasta.
Erica's regretting this entire episode.
Why did I do this? Why did I set this up? I had weeks of producing this, and I knew this was gonna happen, and I knew that I'd be sleeping in a bed alone, gripping it and going, I want to go to the bathroom, but I can't now.
For those of you who don't
How
know,
is this going? Why is it going?
For the very reason that you think.
for those of you
Also,
who don't
these
know,
just go off all the
Erica is just the best audience for frightening things because she snaps really well.
Hey, almost every Monday I do a stream called Scaredy Cats where my friend and I dress up as cats and play horror games.
Oh.
Be there.
If you ever want to see the saddest thing that
Don't
could possibly
watch with
happen to a Vibe, look up Erica Vive R.I.P.
Yeah, on
YouTube.
God.
I'm gonna do that when I get
Just
home.
look it up.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
wait.
watch with headphones. Don't.
Yes. Lauren
Yeah.
also. Lauren.
I like to come through the window personally.
Yeah, Lauren comes she'll open up the window of the studio and be like, bow!
There's a step ladder there all the time. It's literally.
That's
That was
probably
a good
my
story.
That's a
Yeah.
really
Good.
creepy one.
Set up.
It's had a little bit of a what was that movie that I just loved so much with the creepy with the creepy thing with the book, the children's book.
What? The
There's
Necronomicon.
a lot of those.
No, there was a recent one
versus
with
the
the.
Universe.
with the-
Page Master.
The Page Master! And you know what? You never find the exit sign.
Taliesin's favorite horror movie,
The Page Master.
I don't know. Do I have a favorite horror movie?
Look, you pay me food, I'm eating.
That is something to ask
I have a
yourself.
lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. House with, I mean, like, or like, what was it? Mansion. What was it? In the Mouth of Madness is pretty good. I really like what was the one with Daniel Radcliffe a little while ago?
Oh, like he was a
Woman in
corpse,
Black.
right?
Woman in
Black.
Woman in
Woman in
Black.
Black.
That was really
Which
good.
one?
I didn't see it.
One in white
That
is
one's
the play.
really funny.
Yeah.
Black is the movie.
I
Yeah.
saw got Orphanage is really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: horror movies are the most fun movies to make.
Oh,
That's
they are.
true.
They're
Like it's
Yeah,
so I've
for
worked
sure.
on
For
so
you,
many
yeah.
terrible bad like movies that will never be seen, but they're the most fun because you're just like blood and like
Oh,
Literally-
Charlie
Spray
went
race.
and saw it with me. So we
Oh.
tweeted about
It was-
that.
I haven't seen it
It
yet.
was
magical.
horrifying.
Yeah.
It's a very,
I've
very,
had no
very,
free time.
It's a very,
between
very
this.
good film. Very well done. It's like a classic 80s, like early 90s adventure film.
Yeah.
Character development's great. It looks beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so scary!
My favorite part during the movie is Erica turns into Nancy Kerrigan from the 90s and just goes, "Why?" Why? It's the cutest thing in the
So
world.
Liz was kind enough to go as well, and she and Blondie and I were squeezing each other, and Charlie was sitting over there going like, "Hey," because Charlie fears nothing.
Poor Nightbot.
I fear everything.
You
I
just
just
heard
don't fear
Nightbot.
movies.
Sorry, very loud, everybody.
You guys have been really funny, by the way. Thanks, Chad. Oh.
Erica, I was gonna say, I know you have zero free time. But you should watch the scary movie I was just in. I just got to do a Friday the 13th fan film called Never Hike Alone.
Oh, with
Very
any
nice.
more?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
yeah.
any more? I say there's more.
Did you die?
I was actually stunt double for Jason Voorhees.
Ooh.
And so it was great because I mean I've never really been into horror movies. I really like the stories and things because my imagination is far scarier than any film crew has ever managed to be. So
We
and I grew up,
interviewed the crew from
yeah,
that
exactly.
on a
Vin was here and
concession
everything.
stand almost a year ago.
But yeah, I also grew up with like special effects makeup aunt, and so she was like, "Oh, here's how they do that," and I was like, "Oh, it's totally
Yeah.
not real." But this was great because I got to go there in the full suit, and I'm topping out at around 7 feet tall, with everything.
Nice.
And they would put me, and we were actually in an abandoned campground that had burned down, and then had been rebuilt, and then had been re-abandoned, and nobody knew why. And the film crew, producers found it. They were filming at this actual campground. And the teaser and the guys who owned it were like, "Oh, you're doing this. This is great. Are you guys gonna go to the actual abandoned campground?" And they went, "Sorry, what was that? What real?" And they're like, "Oh, if you go like 10 more miles and you see this little road and there's all these rusty chains, if you just kind of like hop that and go up like this pass and stuff." I have a video of us driving up there, and I thought we were gonna die every time driving to the location.
Wow.
And there's giant windows blown out, and so it's the most amazing location ever. So I
Is
basically
it to
got
the public?
suited.
Did you go? If
It's
you
what?
want. Can the
Can
public
we go?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
Oh, not since we filmed this, because it was
Sorry, I didn't mean to-
it's a
for
thing now.
everybody.
Yeah, it's a thing now. They're trying to get, if they get enough interest, I'm sure they wanted to actually do a screening of the movie at the location. Yeah, which would be terrifying. But it was great suiting up the first time. Yeah, in Big Bear.
I think we almost bought that.
Oh my God! Yeah, they were looking
into
at properties.
Yep. Sorry, I was just putting that together. I'm like, we looked at this property for sale.
It's amazing. It's got like an old pool. It's got a giant,
Yep.
and it's got all these mini cabins.
Mini
and
cabins.
all, like,
yep.
Destroyed
And it just went away. Yeah.
Well, we were there.
Yeah.
Well, it was great coming out the first
funny.
time, and the crew who had already been filming and stuff. I was just there for stunts. And I came around the corner, and the first shot ever was me coming through double doors that were boarded up, and I actually got to break everything down.
Oh.
And I came through with this machete and everything, and the silhouettes and the backlighting, and the sound guy shrieked. And he went, ah! Fuck! Sorry! And everyone else just went, oh, thank God. And so it was so great being able to, being in my tiny chair in 30-degree weather when it's raining, and I basically covered myself completely, and you couldn't see me, and they come over and be like, hey, Brian? And I was like, hey, guys, if I'm sleeping, just pull the thing off. And I would hear, and they'd pull it off, and I'd go, what's up? No. And they would just flip out, and I almost made a producer impale himself. There was a barrel of axes.
I can't believe it.
It was so much fun to shoot, though. Check it out. Never hike alone.
Interesting stories. So
I know. I mean, we got one ghost story.
We got one ghost story. Can we get one from this side of the table?
Sure. Somebody have something short.
You know what? It's
we got about 5 minutes before we.
5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes
loose.
Yeah,
loose 5 minutes.
Lose 5 minutes.
Yeah, Jeremy had.
I'm gonna tell a story that is about a hotel here in Los Angeles, Santa Monica Beach, that I was involved with.
Oh.
You were dating a hotel?
How was it? Dating the hotel.
It's complicated.
No, the story. I'm involved in the story. So, the story's about a hotel in Santa Monica that's still here. It's a boutique hotel. It's very nice. You've probably been to it. You've probably had some good times there, and it's there was someone there. There was a regular guest that would stay there every once in a while, and kind of wondering what his deal was, and he was probably getting away from his family and doing some pretty awful things at this hotel. But there was a young lady that was working the front desk for about a year. Her name was Evelyn, and she was, becoming a good regular with everybody. As far as the regular guests would get to know her, she was very friendly, very personable, and so there's this one guest who would stay there in this one particular room on the 8th floor. And he calls down one night about 10 o'clock, and he says, Evelyn, I can't do this anymore. And she's like, well, you need to check out, what's going on? And she says, no. He says, no, I can't do this life anymore. I just can't. She's like, Mr. Thompson, is there something we can do? He says, no, I need you to be the last person I speak to. I need you to tell my family that I'm sorry for everything that I did to them. And she says, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Why don't you come down, speak to us here at the front desk, or we can send someone up to help you. She's like, no, do not send anyone up here. I do not want to speak to anyone. I want you to be the last person I talk to. And she says, well, what do you mean the last person? He says, goodbye. Jumps off. 8th floor, smack onto the parking lot. Done. Okay. Totally commits suicide. So she's obviously traumatized. Has to leave. Everything's done. 10 years later, I start working at this hotel. And I'm, learning the system a little bit. I'm working the front desk. And, I get a call on my day off, and they say, hey, Jeremy, can you work an overnight shift? The overnight guy called out. I was like, sure, whatever. Should be pretty easy, right? And so I take the shift, and it's about 3-ish, 3:30-ish, and I'm passing out, and I get a phone call from room 814. 812 was the room that the guest always stayed in, the one that he jumped out the fucking balcony and smacked on. Get a call from 814 saying, it's super loud up here. These people, I'm trying to sleep. It's 3:30 in the morning. The room next door is being super loud. TV's on. There's banging on the walls. There's people yelling.
God damn it.
What is this?
Why?
Well played.
Just like that.
When I find out.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we may have irritated the crew tonight,
Yeah.
and I think they may be taking revenge.
Absolutely.
God.
So
I did it.
She calls. She says, "There's banging on the walls." And I say, "Well, there's no one in the room on either side of you, so I'm not sure what that is. Are you sure?" She's like, "Listen, like, I can hear it. I'm right here. Like, can you please either call this person or send someone up, to check this out?" So like, all right. Grab my flashlight, go up there, get off on the 8th floor, and elevator opens up and it's like freezing cold.
God.
This is the summer, okay?
Santa Monica.
Yeah, but it's cold.
Yeah.
I get off the elevator. I'm walking down the hall. It just reeks. I'm like, what is this? What is going on up here? It's super loud. There's like TV going. There's loud noises, So I'm come down the hallway and take a right, go to room 812. As soon as I get to the front of the door, everything stops. No noise, nothing. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. Nobody's supposed to be in this room. Nobody's checked into the room. Nobody's been in this room for like a week. So I have a little door stopper thing. Knock on the door, anyone in there, use my master key, open up the door, put the door stopper in the door, enter the room. Pitch black, okay. Let's try to turn on my flashlight. Why is this not working? Enter the room, cold as shit, and then I look up, and the balcony door is open. Oh, man. Wind blowing the curtains, like totally freaky. And I'm like, okay, like I said, nobody's checked into this room in at least a week. It's the penthouse room, it's very expensive. Walk in, and so I'm like, all right, let me just shut this door. Maybe it was like noises from outside. As soon as I put my hand on the handle, boom! The door to the room that was propped open slammed shut.
No.
I drop my flashlight, smashes the glass in the flashlight. I take off out of the room. Okay?
Oh my God!
Good man.
Like, I'm not. No job is worth this.
Yeah, wise.
No job's worth this. So I get to the elevator. I'm freaking out, shaking. I'm like, what am I supposed to go? I'm like, press the lobby. Where's the lobby? Like, fuck. Press the button. I'm recognizing look at the floors as they're changing. It's like 8th floor, 7th floor. Felt like everything was just in slow motion. 6th floor. Realized that 5th floor, my flashlight. Oh no, I left my flashlight in the room.
No, come on, man.
No, you
Smash.
did it.
No bell. No
Gets
bell.
worse. Gets worse.
Why didn't you know about?
Elevator reaches the lobby. I'm like, fuck the flashlight. Like, I don't care. Get down. I'm like, walking to the front desk. I'm shaking. There's like only one other person on staff. It's a housekeeper. She like doesn't even speak English. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to this woman. And I walk to the desk. What do I see sitting there?
No.
The flashlight.
I think we're gonna have to reconstitute. Erica. So.
Why'd you take the stairs?
Why don't we?
Needless to say, I never worked overnight shift.
No.
Graveyard shift. Chat. Never again.
Why don't we cut to a little music?
Yeah.
See if we can. We'll see if we can
Lighten
chase
the mood.
the crew away from backstage so that Erica can come back out. Stop grinning, dude. That's so weird. Ryan is grinning from the back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a little bit more windows to sky so we can breathe deeply.
This is my newest song. It's our paganist, witchiest song, a calling forth of the spirits, an invocation. It's about all the magical archetypes coming together to one moment. And it's totes appropriate for Halloween times. It begins with the hissing of the wind. It increases with the bumping of the geeses of the skin. One by night time, one by daylight.
swell on down wide roads and currents in air. A dream caught, a boat pulled taut, a hard one. All this way come, all this way come, all this way come. 3 birds of prey, 4 by hounds gray, 5 more by midday. Deep in the bones, in the heat of stones, the tattoo on the skin drum. All this way come, all this way come, all this way come. Wicker and hard beads, the thick bark of dark trees, fluttering flags and tourniquet rags, whispers of tar and rum. All this way come, all this way come. All this darkness, souls in some 31. By gleaming down rainbow, by glitter on mirrors, in mirrors to brief reflection. In tintinnabulation. All this way come, all this way come, all this way come, all this way come.
Coming out to interview all of you. Hello. I hope this cord does not go very far. I'm just gonna yank on it and see what happens. Get ready for me, Jeff.
The sound guys love that.
Yeah, this can only end well.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. No. Jeff is running around in there. It is not pleased. Not pleased at all. Is this plugged directly into something? Should I not be yanking on this? All right. Okay.
You don't know what it's attached
All right. Okay. Oh, it's connected directly to Jeff. Look at that. Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. I just noticed that you have a Ouija board. sort of thing. Hello. Oh gosh.
See what you did? You manifested a puppet.
Hello. Welcome to Gather Your Ghost. It's such a pleasure to meet you. Hello. What is your name?
Oh, this is so very confused. Don't look over it. What? My name is Dewberry. Sometimes I guest with the band. Every now and then they do ukulele solos and I get to sing a little.
That's true. We just played Solvang Fairy Fest,
Yeah.
and Dewberry there did a beautiful fake trumpet solo for Tonight You Belong to Me, because the real trumpet couldn't make it. It was indistinguishable from the real thing.
I super love that song, and I hope I get a chance to hear you sing at some point.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, I could stay here all night.
Good. We have until 11 p.m. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming by. I am a huge fan of all of yours from way back, actually. I want to say 4 years ago at my very first labyrinth with Jarrett. I was there before I was a performer with them, before I knew anybody in the scene, before I was gothy. I heard this incredible cover of Poor Unfortunate Souls from Little Mermaid. And it was just the sexiest song that I'd ever heard, and I remember like wondering, I should figure out the band's name here, and I never got it. And then Joseph ended up hanging out at my house a lot.
Right, yeah, I was at her house one time at a party, and
Yeah.
she looks and she goes, "Oh, wait, Poor Unfortunate Soul.
Poor
Wait, you're in
Unfortunate
my
Souls!
What are you doing in my living room?"
What are you doing with that? And funnily enough, that happened with Tal. That is how I reconnected with Taliesin too. What are you doing in my living room? My house is a magical place. But so how long have you all been together and performing together?
Wow.
There's been a various incarnations of
Yeah,
this.
I've been doing Windows to Sky since I was in high school, just out of high school. But these guys have been with me, aside from Rachel, who is brand new to us.
Who has been with us, what, a week?
Basically.
Wait, a week and a half?
A week and a half. I've been friends with Joseph for a long, long time, and I've listened to his song. I play piano quite a bit, but I play by ear. I do. But I play a lot of improv and other things, so I'd heard Joseph's music once a long time ago, and Joseph was like, "Would you like to join this band?" And I listened to the stuff, and I was like, "I don't know what time that is. That's like 7, 8, 3, 4. It keeps switching keys." I'm like, "I don't know if I have the time to learn all the intricacies of this." And then I did, and now I'm in it.
You did, and it's
beautiful. You should hear
fantastic.
with the real piano. It's so beautiful.
And so this is Joseph, and actually some of you know Bennett from a previous episode of Gather Your Party. She was in the video game. She was Samus Aran.
Samus Aran. Also, just throwing this out there, Eric and I have in fact worked on another project together.
We have.
Recently
We were
went live.
right. Well, we did. Well, first we did the Library Bards video.
Oh, yes,
we were elves in the Library Bards video.
She was the Arwen to my Galadriel.
What song was that?
She was.
That was a Star Trek one, right?
That was Gandalf.
That was
Gandalf.
Yeah, it was Gandalf.
Yes.
But yes, that's right. She is my commanding officer in Battlestar Galactica Deadlock.
Because if you need an angry space mom, apparently that is my niche.
She's my angry space mom.
I am everybody's angry space mom.
Hashtag angry space mom.
Hashtag angry space mom.
So
Let's make
if
it
you,
trend.
Hashtag Metroids are people too.
Yeah, a little plug there. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is a fantastic sort of strategy game. If you like Battlestar or strategy war games, you're gonna love that one. And Bennett, it's like her voice is.
I'm just very sort of restrained and yet fed up with all of you constantly, which is fun because I get to teach you how to spaceship.
Yes.
So that's fun for you.
That's right.
So you're talking to the player and being exasperated with them?
Pretty much, yes. Well, I'm exasperated with everyone. I am.
Oh, well, yeah.
Right.
I'm an angry military lady.
And
What do
you
want?
are a Kane.
Yes, I am a Kane. We're
Yes.
allowed to talk about that now.
Yeah,
I am
you are
Admiral Kane. Am I
Admiral Kane. You're
Lieutenant
Admiral Kane. Rear Admiral Kane.
You know what?
Rear
I'm not-
Admiral Kane. Yes.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, you're Rear Admiral Kane, and I am an Agathon.
From the Pegasus episodes,
yeah,
right?
an
That's-
Agathon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, go check it
So-
out.
so
I'm so
Bennett?
excited about it, and it was like spending time with my friends because we were in the same booth, just many, many hours apart.
That's right.
But
That's
we
right.
sweated in the same place, and that's
I could smell you in there, Bennett. It was like we were right there.
You were in there before me, sweetheart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just wishful thinking then.
Smell, yeah.
So
I could smell you.
Great. Yes.
I could smell you.
Great. Hello. I didn't get a chance to meet you before,
That's
before the set,
Justine.
though. Justine. Well, lovely to meet
Likewise.
you. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
And so you're a vocalist with
Yes,
them as well.
and sometimes play
weird, quirky instruments.
Yes.
Including the glockenspiel, which was out earlier, and
One
the
of my favorite words.
melodica.
Great.
Occasionally.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a cute little keyboard you blow into, in case anyone didn't know.
And over in the back, we have Ryan on trumpet.
Probably
Nice.
the oldest member of the band besides Joseph.
Yeah,
Not like that came out wrong.
Rude.
Maybe true, but
It's been a long day.
I forget how many years ago.
yeah, we've been playing music since the last century or something. I don't know when. No, it was after that, I guess.
Joseph
But
played me something. It was like, here's some music, and I said, like, I know this is gonna sound weird, but I hear brass on this. And Joseph says, like, you mean like yet da 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 da? And I'm like, no. And
I was like, I don't think I want trumpet on my delicate, Yeah, but then he showed me how he could do those beautiful soaring notes, which I hope you could hear there on that last song, and it's so sensitive and
we started
very
doing,
soft.
We started doing so much of it, I went out and bought a flugelhorn to get an even darker sound. So yeah, that's what we do.
Another one of my favorite words, flugelhorn.
Flugelhorn.
You're not old. You're the most senpai.
You're not old. You're the most loved.
Aww.
Yeah.
Also that.
Except for the others.
So you have a very unique, very ethereal, spooky sound. Where did that come
Thanks.
from?
I don't know. I thought it was you.
What?
Where did it come from? Gosh, I loved a whole bunch of different bands that had that kind of spellbinding sound, that
Yes,
sort of
that's a
feeling that you get when
perfect
you
term for
listen
it.
to some of Simon and Garfunkel's stuff, as well as This Mortal Coil from 4AD, if anyone's gothy, and even some old symphonic stuff, like old classical music sometimes has that kind of just spellbinding feeling. And as well as Poor Unfortunate Souls at the end with the spell binding, literally it's binding her in a spell, the Belugas of Ruga, and we do that part, and that's very much us. We couldn't do that song without that part. So, were you going to ask something, or you?
Oh no! I was just thinking. Yeah, I was thinking about other like symphonic things that like had that feeling. For me, it's like Shostakovich's Jazz Symphony.
I turned to Rye, who would know about that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, thumbs up.
Yes, that's one of my.
I don't know titles. Oh, okay. Now I have to research. Yeah, I don't know titles so well, but I know a lot of pieces. I've listened to a lot of them.
That
on
one. That's the one that goes do 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 do.
Do you want to?
Oh God, I wish. If I had the violin, I might be able to.
Oh, nice. Next time.
I think I actually said this to Joseph the other night when we were working on something, and I tossed out a very famous wind ensemble composer, Percy Grainger. It's like, Joseph, you're channeling Grainger.
He said, "Are you trying to sound like?" Is it Percy? Percy Grainger. I was like, yes. Is that good? Then yes, that's what it's with this piece. Because we created an orchestra. Me, a cellist friend, and Wicked, who is not here, who is very bummed not to be here. She's our electric violinist, and so between her, she's really good. And
she's amazing.
And,
also, Bonnie
singer
Gordon
as well.
couldn't be
and
here
we have
tonight.
Bonnie in our
She
band
would
when
have loved to
when
have
she's
come.
available.
Hopefully, we'll have you all back.
Yeah.
Very famous. She's on tour right now.
That's right, but she can't be here because she's busy being famous.
She's off being successful and creative.
That's right. Screw you, Bonnie. We'll just invite you back again another time because we love you.
I love you. I will write another song for you if you come back, please.
Right.
I'm really too big to pull that off. Okay.
So yeah, a very spellbinding sound. Do you all have? Okay. Oh, can I ask? Do you all believe in ghosts?
Oh, do
yes,
we believe
no,
in ghosts?
or it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Hard yes.
All right.
Like hard yes.
Hard no.
Science.
All right.
Science.
All right.
Prove it to me, and then yes.
Yeah.
I've had too many spoopy experiences
I
to not
used to
believe in
play
ghosts.
piano at the Queen Mary for years and years and years, and people would come up there and be like,
tell me about that.
So have you ever seen a ghost? And all I would say is no. I've never seen. There's a little loungy bar there, so I would be there for like 4-hour sets, like every weekend, and I never saw a ghost because I don't believe in them. Maybe they didn't come because I don't believe in them, but
Maybe, they're like, screw that.
yeah.
Like it.
Well, also like the Alexandria Hotel is another place that's notoriously supposed to be haunted, and I played piano there.
Maybe you
And
are
I
the
never-
ghost.
maybe I'm the
Have you
ghost.
thought about that? Maybe you're dead the whole time.
But I played with her hair earlier.
Yes, you did.
Ew, spectral follicles.
Now wait and see what happens to you.
So you're saying is you don't believe in yourself, and I feel like you should.
Oh,
too many spooky experiences. Do you want to share one of those?
Okay, so I went to Hollywood High, which is a very old campus and super haunted. Multiple people have died on the campus, and there was an after-school outing where the cast of whatever show I was working on went to go see something at the Pantages or whatever. And so afterwards, we're coming back, and we have to go up. There's like a very narrow set of stairs with one door at the top, one door at the bottom. My bag, everyone's backpacks are in the room at the top of the stairs, and there's no lights on in the hallway. There's just the bottom door is open, and all the light that you can see is from outside the door, and it is nighttime. So one or two friends and I start walking up the stairs, and I see someone standing at the top of the stairs, and I think, oh, someone beat us here. And they start running down the stairs towards us. My friend Rachel and I press ourselves against the wall so that they will not knock us down the stairs. No one ever reaches the bottom of the stairs.
No! Is she gonna fall out of frame again?
Oh, sweetheart.
Rachel, were you there that time?
Different Rachel.
Different one.
No, but were you at the top of the stairs running down the stairs?
I mean, look,
you can tell us if it was you.
I don't like to tell my tricks, okay? I do a lot of running. I do some spooking. I do some blowing on backs of necks and, like, usual
That
ghost
part's nice.
stuff.
Classic ghost stuff.
I can't tell you when I was doing it, like, a lot.
Check your time clock or time card. Okay.
All right.
That was a good
Okay,
story, though.
that's pretty spooky. Yeah. Okay. Why is it complicated for you then?
Why is it complicated? Well, I think that okay. All right. Do you want a real answer? I'll tell you my real answer. I think that internally in our minds, we have a representation. This is science. We have representation of the world around us, the visual world, the audio world. These are things that we are taking new information in through our senses, and we are always integrating that with what we already think the world is made out of. And that internal experience is sort of where we're experiencing reality. It's inside our heads. And this is what science basically says. So if you've got something that's like putting an experience in your head, or something that externally comes to you in some way, or from a memory comes to you, or from another part of your brain that is conceivably could be haunted by an energy or something, a deja vu, these things suddenly all become possible when you realize that the reality that we're living in is entirely local to our brains. Suddenly,
so you're saying they're made up, but like there are all of reality is made up. So.
Yeah, all of reality is equally made up, including ghosts.
Okay.
But I think that you can have any supernatural thing be possible if you consider that, what reality is for us is actually kind of all the Matrix.
It's completely subjective, and we live on the insides of our own skulls.
Yes.
Ah! This has been a real scary night for me, guys.
Well put.
I love you.
Love you.
Says you. You haven't been in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Until you're sleeping in your bed and then I sneak in and just okay. That could happen to you.
She has to finish the show. We need to stop trying to make her fraidy pee.
Oh boy. All right, so how we doing on everything? I know we're setting up. We might have a spooky surprise for everybody. I see another guest joining us at our table that I'm really excited for you all to see. But really quickly, I guess
I can plug our social media stuff.
That's
exactly
what I was going to ask you. Great. Where can they find you on the internet, Joseph?
We are Windows to Sky is our band name. You can probably see it on the music stands, but I'm telling you, it's Windows to Sky. And we have a website, windowstosky.com. We also have a YouTube page, which I should have had them put on the thing because it's like where a lot of our stuff is. So check it out, youtube.com/windowstosky. And there's no the. And everyone thinks there's a the, but we are not Windows to the Sky. Yes, wait, do that one more time. That's our mnemonic device. W to Sky. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, that's fantastic. Where did the name come from?
That's actually, no one ever asked me that question.
Really? It's a very unusual name.
I
and
know. Maybe people are too intimidated by the unusualness. They're
The
like,
eschewing
that's
of the
too
definite
unusual.
I have
don't
never been
know."
intimidated
Exactly.
by anything
This is
unusual
part
because
of why we
myself
love
am
you.
strange and unusual.
Yes, exactly. I had a friend named Catelyn who may or may not even be watching. Hello. She wrote a song years and years ago called Windows to Sky that was about helping her, her boyfriend at the time, helping him expand his perspective outside of this little sort of depressed place that he had found himself in. And she had assigned herself the job, which she wasn't completely happy about, of like opening up windows to sky in his little dark space to allow him to sort of see hope and see a better world and see stars and see the unknown and all of the things that that a skylight or a window from a dark place help you with your metaphorical life and literal, both. And she said, I don't know what to do with this song. I wrote this song, and it seems like something that you could do something with. Do you want it? And I said, yeah, can I name my band after it, actually? And she's like, that's kind of creepy and weird. I'm like, I'll think of something else later. No. And I like it. I like it as a metaphor. I liked the song a lot. It was a beautiful song, which we never do. And every now and then I think maybe we should bring that song back.
I don't think I've ever heard
Yeah,
that
I don't
song.
think you. I feel like maybe Rye has heard it, and that's probably it.
I used to
Really
sing
beautiful.
it. I used to sing it very, very badly.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. When you first joined us, we did that song.
I
On
love that
cassette.
story.
Oh.
I'm so thrilled that I asked that because what a lovely story that is, and I think that people in chat really appreciate the sentiment as well. But it looks like we're ready on the other set. We're gonna throw it on over to you, and then but actually. Next set, can you read some of your song and the notes about the song, because they're really very good. Actually, they're very much in your voice, and I enjoy it. All right, thank you so much to Windows to Sky. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Enchanté. Enchanté.
All right, let's head back over to you, Taliesin.
What are we doing?
We're reloading s'mores.
S'mores reload.
Hi, I think we're back up. We are back on. Welcome.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
We're kind of doing our signal boosty thing, and again, I haven't actually had time to find the signal boost antenna wherever it happens to be hiding in the studio. But I do have a cool thing. Last year I did a YouTube thing where I did a cool music video or cool thing or cool creature or movie every day for all of October for Halloween. You can actually still find it on my YouTube channel if you want to see.
Hello.
So if you can see behind us, and now lean to your right, lean to your left. You're on the left. Like put your head down here because there should be a ghost behind us. Is there a ghost behind us?
No, I didn't see anything.
Oh! No ghost. There's no ghost.
She ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I love decorating my house for Halloween, and one of the cool things that
Duh.
and this is kind of our signal boost where we tell you cool stuff that either to read or to watch and every now and then like stuff you can buy that's really cool. These guys make projector. It's called Atmosphere or the Atmos FX and Atmosphere. They do them for all the holidays. But Halloween's the only one that matters.
Oh God! Okay, I see her. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! It's okay. All right. 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 Okay.
It is.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Everything's fine.
Bite down. Bite down. Bite down. You gonna be okay? It's never gonna be okay. That's okay.
Projections coming from inside the studio.
So if you check out Atmosphere, Atmos FX, they have these, like, this is the creepy girl that I'm a big fan of. They have guys who cut off their heads. They've got blood that appears on the wall and writes out words. They have creepy zombies pounding on things, insects coming out of the walls, huge cosmic eyes that show up, and then they have they have auto projections like the one we did with the talking skeletons, except they have pumpkin ones. So instead of carving a pumpkin, you just set up the pumpkins and then it projects kind of cute kid-friendly. They have kid-friendly ones and adult ones. They do both.
Oh, what are the
So one of
adult
them has
ones
a-
like?
I mean, like the adult ones are like the.
Oh, they're not like adult ones like.
No,
like
They don't have
No,
ghosts,
like
is what I'm
just
saying.
that kind of.
no.
Just like dick
Booby
shaped.
ghosts.
Yo, girl, look at my board.
I've fallen for that too many times.
You laugh, it's true.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
Hashtag. No
Sorry.
Sorry, had to. Okay. Yeah,
Okay, so are we? So we could tell some more ghost stories.
We can tell some more ghost
also,
stories.
is our other guest gonna be joining us?
We have another guest?
Sit in?
I mean, like,
Is there room? There's probably room to.
There's only three on that side.
Do we want to add a
You want to
fourth?
grab it in?
I think
and
we can make space.
Come here.
Let's add one more.
Room for one more.
Hey.
Hey, look at it! It's Ivan and Norman.
There's always room for
Who has the snacks?
Oh, there's Mike.
Oh, you have more snacks.
Why are you? I mean, you can keep talking.
There's always room for one more.
There's no microphone there. But
I
you
mean,
can
I
keep
got to
doing it.
play you on the internet last night. It was really fun.
Oh my God! I heard Ivan dead.
Do you want to play a game? So much fun. I just need a player to sit next to me. The internet was incredibly impressed with your.
I've been working on it for a month.
My favorite impression was the one of Christian the building.
Yeah, Christian was my favorite officer because I've actually just been working on that one for fun because Christian just delights in torturing me very specifically. He'll just walk in and be like, "Is this your laptop?" I'm like, "Yeah." He'll just take it and walk away. I'm like,
bold.
I was like, "Oh, it was a good joke." I'm not joking.
Oh, that's a really good.
He's like the janitor from Scrubs.
He's
so mean.
I love Christian so much.
Great.
He keeps
the ship running.
Yeah.
No, and he takes no he takes so much no shit that like if everything went wrong, I knew he'd be the only guy who'd be like, "I got shit to do, dude."
Which is what happened in the game.
Yeah, where it's like he's just gonna keep doing what he needs to do because he's like, I don't care what's happening. I don't care about anything you people do.
I don't care about or know what you people do.
Every now and then, like we'll be cleaning out one of the closets, and he'll be like, "Is that an Uncut Magic the Gathering card thing?"
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing. I remember.
I want it.
Yeah. We actually got him one, though.
We did.
We did. We finally got him one after the several drops when we were cleaning out through. And I was like, Christian's been wanting this for
a really long time.
I'm just going to wrap it up and put it on his desk and put a sticky note from the GNS team on it. So
he puts up with so much of ours.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So welcome to Ivan.
Hey,
welcome to
Ivan. Thank you for allowing me to come eat s'mores. I couldn't sleep, so I figured the best thing to do with the
Is that really what
happened?
It really is what
Why
happened.
couldn't you sleep?
Oh, I just couldn't sleep tonight.
I'm getting adjusted.
But the Phoenix was having a tough time. So speaking of spooky stuff,
Who's Phoenix?
Who'd you?
Really quickly. Phoenix is my 2-year-old toddler, which when you put him to bed, and it's very dark in our apartment, and we kind of have this situation where we lay him down, we read books to him. He won't sleep with a nightlight, believe it or not. So he has to have it completely dark. And I'm cutting out little tokens for a game test that I'm going to be doing next Friday. And Kazi and I, my girlfriend, were sitting and cutting these tokens out, and I kid you not, I hear the... And just against the little sliding door that we have that connects like our hallway from the main living room. And this has happened before. I have literally gone to go to the restroom and gone through the hallway, and Phoenix is just standing there, like in the middle of the hallway.
No, man.
Sorry about kids. We're moving on.
There's a lot of things that don't bother me in the realm of like phobias and stuff, but tiny demon babies are my number one.
Yeah.
Forever.
That's super
You have
creepy.
your own.
I know.
It's so exciting.
He's also blonde.
He is.
Oh, no.
He's such a horror movie kid.
Yeah, he's like Children of the Corn level.
Village of the Damned
And
was
he
one.
says things
Yeah.
like dice.
Dice. And when he says meat,
Roll for initiative.
when he says meeple, he says meat dice.
Oh,
Dice.
No, I
Daddy
like this
meat
kid.
dice.
Talk about your
Daddy
testicles.
meat dice.
I like it.
So that's my thing. I went to this morning and I was seeing him knock around. He was knocking on the door, and then he took some of his action figures and he would open the door and then shove them through. He was just fucking with us.
He knew.
He knew what was up, and then I get in there and I try to put him away, but I stick my head in and he's not in his bedroom, and so I walk in our bedroom and he's standing on the bed.
Oh.
Looking at me. And, Phoenix, go to bed!
Kids are creepy, man.
Oh yeah.
They do creepy things.
I actually, I'm a big fan of the creepy nursery rhyme. Like we were talking earlier about if anybody read Shock-Headed Peter, the old
Yes.
German like
Distro Peter.
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say my German grandmother used to come and read it in German, and then my mom would translate, so I'd get it at the same time.
Just in case you missed something. He's like, no, I want you to get this.
Yeah, I want to make sure you understand why the kid is losing.
They're
it.
so creepy that he mentioned one about thumb sucking, and I hadn't heard it, and I managed to just turn and like an hour.
We're sitting out there, and I'm just trying to eat, and I was like, oh, remember that one?
As Conrad's mother said, Conrad dear, I must go out and leave you here. But mind now, Conrad, what I say, don't suck your thumbs while I'm away. The great tall tailor, he always comes for naughty kids who suck their thumbs, and ere they wonder what he's about, he's got his big long scissors out. Snip, snip, the scissors go. And Conrad cries out, oh, oh, oh. I'm like, how do I remember this?
And I'm sitting there going, like, having flashbacks to my German grandmother saying this right as I'm going to bed, like this. And she looks at me and she
She's
goes,
like, "You wanna
now
reconsider
remember how many scissors I have, little Kinder?" And I just go, and I sleep like this the whole time she's
and
there.
the mom laughs at the
still
kid
do.
bleeding to death.
Yeah.
The kid bleeds to death at
Bleeds
the
to
end.
death.
He
He
actually
dies.
bleeds to death.
He
That's the
dies.
end of the nursery rhyme. And the mom's laughing at him. See, I told you this would happen. Like,
I told you
what?
so. Whoa.
Yeah.
But he won't need
That's
braces.
what nursery rhymes are meant to do. They're meant to scare the shit out of the kid so that they behave.
So, beyond even nursery rhymes, though, I'm a fan of creepy children's poetry, and one of my favorite collections, I've got a little one here, is from the writer of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Robert Louis Stevenson, who wrote a children's collection of poetry called A Child's Garden of Verse. It's so creepy. There's stuff in here, and like a lot of it is antiquated and weird, but I've got a quick one. I've got a really, really small one called The Unseen Playmate. Which you're
Oh god, it's dark in here.
Yeah.
When children are playing alone on the green, in comes the playmate that never was seen. When children are happy and lonely and good, the friend of the children comes out of the wood. Nobody heard him and nobody saw. He is a picture you never could draw, but he's sure to be present, abroad or at home, when children are happy and playing alone. He lies in the laurels, he runs on the grass, he sings when you tickle the musical glass. Wherever you're happy and cannot tell why, the friend of the children is sure to be by. He loves to be little, he hates to be big. 'Tis he that inhabits the caves that you dig. 'Tis he when you play with your soldiers of tin that sides with the Frenchmen and never can win. 'Tis he when at night you go off to your bed, bids you go to sleep and not trouble your head. For whenever they're lying in cupboard or shelf, 'tis he who takes care of your playthings himself.
Dude,
What was wrong with Victoria?
But at the same time,
Gas-
is that
gas
like
lamps.
the original pitch for Toy Story?
Toy Story is creepy as fuck.
Right?
I also like though because it's a Victorian era, Victorian English. You're like, haha, creepy things and book French. And you're gonna be like, well done, yes, well done, well done.
It was 1880.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely an 1880.
So we have a
book.
couple of minutes. Does somebody have a short one
I
they
do.
want to share?
I absolutely do.
Oh.
This is 100% true story about
no.
a very traumatic experience in my youth. All right, so I have only ever gone swimming in a pond once in my entire life. When I was 7 years old, we were living in Chicago, and this is also the first and last time I ever went camping with friends, because fuck that. Here, let me explain. All right, so we were camping, and I had we had gone with a bunch of friends, and they were really, really wanting to swim in this pond near our campsite. Right, for some reason they were super gung ho about it. Never bothered to ask. I was young, and I wanted to go swim with my friends. Right, so I was about to leave to go swim with them, and I hear my mom in the background going, "Don't go." I was like, "Why?" She's just like, "Don't go swimming. Don't do it." Being a young age and wanting to be with my friends, I went anyway, right? Went swimming, had a great time, came back. My mom was still sitting there reading a book, and by the time I got back to camp, she didn't even look at me. She's like, "Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?" And I looked at her and I was like, "Raphael Doy."
Proper answer.
Right. And she without looking, was like, "Just making sure you're still my son." And And I asked her, I was 7, and I asked
changing?
her, what? Why? And she, without ever explaining, for the rest of her life, she never explained to me. I had to find out on my own. She just said the words, water ghosts. Water ghosts. After the trip, I found out my friends were dicks because they did not explain to me that someone had drowned in that pond, and that's why they were super gung-ho to swim there, all right? And then, of course, years later, I found out what water ghosts were. In Chinese mythology, ponds or lakes where people have drowned in contain these things called water ghosts, right? And if you swim in one of those ponds, the ghost will come and replace your soul with theirs. And you are dragged down to the bottom of the lake and trapped there until someone else comes swimming. And it just eternally recycles itself.
Wow.
I have never swam in a pond since.
Boy, it's good that she knew what your favorite word
Yeah.
That's an attention.
She knew what my favorite
My code word is Raphael.
Yeah, code word is Raphael.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, mother.
We're probably. I mean, like, I guess we're probably going to go to one more song
Are-
and talk
are
a little
we-
bit more.
are
Maybe
we-
get a few more.
Are we going one more song right now, or?
There's no one back there. Who are you
No,
talking
back
to?
there.
You're
alone in the
You- don't you see the tall man in the back?
No, I really don't.
He's very slender looking.
The tall man, he's wearing the suit.
Just don't turn around.
No facial features very well.
This is kind of hard.
No.
Someone's about to get punched.
I see the ghost of
Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me, Brian. Don't you mess with me.
I believe we're actually coming to the time where it's time to run the mute.
Okay,
yes,
it's time to go.
We're going to.
Right,
we're gonna-
another number from Windows to Sky.
This is a song about longing for a time and a place far away. It's by Pink Floyd, but our version is spookier. Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Come on now. I hear you're feeling down. I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax. I need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts? There is no pain you are receiving. A distant ship smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. When I was a child, I caught a fever. My hands felt just like two balloons. Now I've got that feeling once again. I can't explain, you would not understand. This is not how I am. I have become comfortably numb. Okay, just a little pinprick. There'll be no more but you may feel a little sick. And
keep you going through the show. Come on, it's time to go. There is no pain, you are receding. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. When I was a child, I caught a fleeting glimpse out of the corner of my eye. I turned to look, but it was gone. I cannot put my finger on it now. The child is grown, the dream is gone. I have become comfortably
I've been listening to that particular cover for so long, and it makes me so happy.
That was
one of my
so
favorite songs ever. Anyway.
Yeah, we were singing.
I know, yeah, Jeremy was real into it.
Love it. Love
Fan
it.
of the classics.
Oh,
Thank you to the whole band at Windows to Sky, who have been a wonderful part of my life for
Yes.
so long.
Please go support them. Check out their YouTube. Buy their music. They're incredible.
Worth it. Always worth it.
Yeah, and thank you so much to all of you for being so lovely and receptive and fun in the chat. And
We really
supportive.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we want to
lovely.
keep doing, and we've got one more Halloween-themed episode for this.
Do.
There's one more week.
Next week, gather your treats. Big one. Everybody's coming in costume. It's going to be a really good, we're going to do traditional Halloween
We're
games.
gonna have a Halloweeny. We're gonna have it's gonna be costumes, and there's gonna be
That's
some
right.
food. and
Bobbing
it's
for
gonna be-
apples.
We may do some
We're
bobbing.
doing something with apples.
They'll be bobbing. There'll be apples, not necessarily the same.
like on a string, apples on a string or something. Anyway, also there's going to be I think I can announce it. We're pretty sure we're doing a Scaredy Cats special for Halloween on Game Engine. So we're going to be playing horror games and getting scared by the crew will take their revenge.
We're doing Johnny the Homicidal Maniac on Wednesday Club.
Hey.
Old school
Classics.
God.
Yes.
And,
that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
We're gonna be. Oh yeah, school.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But for next week, a preview. Next time on Geek and Sundry. Actually, can we get a KG next time on Geek and Sundry?
Next time on Geek and Sundry.
Yay! Perfect. Thank you.
We hate that we couldn't get to all the stories that we had planned, but it's okay because we had great music, and we're gonna have all these people you're gonna see again, and you should totally follow them on the internet because
Yes,
we
please.
are gonna keep. These are great people. We're gonna keep bringing you. Great
Oh,
people that
absolutely.
we love
We
so
are going to
much.
invite every single one of you back because such a lovely time was had this evening by all.
Yes.
But next week on Game Engine we have it's another Blizzard-y episode. We're on the road to BlizzCon. We have a representative from the Blizzard, the new esports arena here in town. And please, I cannot not have you do that from now on. Josephine McAdam will be playing some Overwatch.
McAdam.
Yes. What do you got coming up?
I'm doing another week of Critical Role.
Critical Role.
Critical Role. With more vampire goodness, and I'm gonna.
Vampire goodness.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna try out some new powers. We're gonna get a little weird. We're gonna get a little political.
Getting weird and political.
I don't want to spoil the surprise, but if anybody knows crazy occult LA, I'm definitely diving into some crazy occult.
Oh, that's
so much good stuff.
It's so much good stuff.
Right, and you're supposed to do some sort of special episode of something where you talk about the lore of
I don't know if that's next
LA.
week, but we're
not
going to
next
do that
week,
at some
but
point.
at some point you got to talk about
and
because
then
you
I'm
have
gonna-
awesome
I'm gonna be
LA
on-
occult stories.
And I'm going to be on Talks Machina, I believe, on Tuesday, so I'm doing that too.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So that's everything I think we've been told.
Also, it is on Alpha, but you can, if you do not have Alpha, you can get a free 30-day subscription to check out Sagas of Sundry Madness. Which drops on Thursday. Madness!
It's Sagas of Sundry is something we are so fucking proud of. So I've seen a little bit of the video of what you guys were up to. Holy shit.
Guys, Jeremy, let's all talk about Jeremy and this because you don't even know. You don't even know what this man brought to the table yet.
We don't, so we'll have to tune
You'll
in.
have to find out.
We'll have to tune in.
But your promo stills with the smoke and the tower are like.
Oh my god!
Thanks
And
for
then
not letting
if
me
you
sleep for a
haven't
week.
if you haven't caught Taliesin and Ivan on the previous season,
That's there too. You can go through a whole
that's
season.
on there as well. I
Goodness.
started watching it in a spooky 200-year-old house in Maine this past weekend.
We're-
Oh my god!
we're-
If
Murder,
She Wrote House.
Oh my god, the Murder She Wrote house that our friend lives in. If you didn't read my creepypasta story, I woke up at
There is a horde of zombies telling us that we have to go or else the
Okay,
crew is going to
all
eat
right,
us.
all right.
We love you guys so much.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on Gather Your Ghosts.
Have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you, everybody.